Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Thanks for checking in, watching the program, as always, on YouTube TV, listening on SiriusXM Channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our stellar affiliates across the country. Coming up in this hour, look, I mean, it's a mini baseball slate tonight, but I have a lot to look at with some great nuggets and numbers with these games. That's in 15 minutes. We'll go back to the city. Lifelong New York Knicks fan, Paul Bovey, professional sports bettor. He is walking around Madison Square Garden as we speak, I believe. He's on the show in a half an hour.
Get in line. Get ready. 2-hour wait at least. That's another case for the under. The rhythm and the schedule of the players is even thrown off. Because Fox was perturbed by, it was like going through airport security,
Sure.
He said today.
Right. So we'll get Paul's best bets when he joins us coming up in 30 minutes, by the way. Live from right around, again, where he's going to be watching the game tonight inside the arena. That's my biggest thing for tonight. Again, I ended up having about to win 4 units on the Knicks, average price about minus 129. I added more on Friday before the game. And they got it done. So I was a little bit afraid because I wanted to drop a huge bet on them. We had that whole conversation last week. Or what do I do? What if the Spurs win game 2? Then I get a much better price. Like, I don't think I have enough on this.
It was fun. The pros and cons were good.
Yeah.
Most people were saying wait because they're going to lose Friday. You'll get a better price. Whoops. Now you're $5.
Yeah, so I added a little bit more on that. So I also have, this is, it was live game 1 when it was tied, got around 11 to 1 on them for the sweep. But again, my biggest takeaway tonight, my biggest fear for the Knicks is how much pressure these players are actually facing, all things considered. Haven't won a championship in our lifetime. We're going to be 50 this year. It's been 2-3 generations since they've done that. You have the president in the arena tonight. You have taken away the watch parties and what those fans, the diehards, have become used to the entire time. And what it would be like to win a title as a member of the, like, where do they go, like, all time in that region? Do they shoot past like any Yankee? Are they bigger than Eli Manning at this point? Are they like all-time rock star level status for the rest of their lives? I say yes, they are.
One voter says Cat becomes a Hall of Famer.
What do you think of that?
If he wins this, I think he's been second team NBA once in his career. But how things have changed with that guy. Shot 24% from 3 as the Mavs ran him out a couple of years ago.
Oh,
he's like, oh, you got Cat, you got it, and it didn't work out, and it was the same stuff where silly shot selection, always in foul trouble, can't do it.
Pouting.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
And now they're saying he could be a Hall of Famer if they close it.
I think when Cat first came into the league, I'd have to go back and double check this. You know that annual GM survey that's done before the season starts about like who's going to win the title, who would you start your franchise with tomorrow? You get any player in the league. I want to say GMs and front office execs named Cat the player that they would start a team with over any other player 2 years in a row. And he never lived up to it. Well, this version of Cat is absolutely that guy. And this is the guy that I thought we were going to get in his entire career coming out of Kentucky. But I think it's safe to say that these are the 2 best games that he's ever played back to back like this. Again.
Yeah, he shouldn't be plus 185. He should be more like $150, $2.
As of right now,
to win MVP.
He should be.
How Brunson has struggled and how it's what he's doing defensively has carried the day.
Yeah, how about
big? I also think it's big that Trump is in a suite and not courtside.
Okay.
Because we just had a fan run on a court.
I know. Who knows what would happen then?
I know.
How would they actually, oh man.
Imagine that delay.
I don't even know how they would be able to properly build the security around him.
At an NBA game, you can't. If a fan wants to run on a court, it's going to be able to get on the court.
Going to be able to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Knicks fans are acting like it's already over with.
Yep.
I saw this again. If they sweep the Spurs, they have to be considered the best team in the history of the league. I'm just like, can we please dial it down a notch with that? Teams winning games 1 and 2 on the road in game 3. 12-13 straight up, 11-14 ATS, 16-9 to the over.
They can tie the all-time record, though, with the Warriors. 15 in a row in the playoffs.
They can.
That they can tie.
Yep. So Spurs first quarter, I think the nerves are going to be real for New York. minus 110. They're 10-2-2 in the first quarter since losing game 1 to the Timberwolves. They won the quarter in game 7 at Oklahoma City and have won the first quarter in both these games against the Knicks. Wemby averages, give or take, around. Now, Brunson plays the entire time, but Wemby averages about 11 minutes in the first quarter, and the Spurs were minus 160 or higher game 2 in the first quarter. I think I'm going to have to add that bet. I also like the under. I can't get there by going over 216.5. Just can't.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the national sports books have 1.5. I'm looking at Poly Market right now, Paulie. Poly Market, it's 2.5, and the total is still 216.5 there.
Yep. And the Knicks are heading home with all the momentum. And if you're riding with New York, Poly Market lets you cash out before the final buzzer. Unlike traditional sports books where you're locked in until the game ends, get started with a free $50 using promo code BUZZ at Poly Market. Code BUZZ for $50. And it's the menu is phenomenal. High temp in various cities around the world. Epstein props, politics, what will Trump say or tweet? It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Get started with free money, free $50, code BUZZ at Poly Market. Go get it.
I love the navigation, by the way, on the app.
Yeah.
And how easy it is to find things when you're searching. How about this one? Timothy Chalamet, number of NBA Finals games attended. 4 games is about plus 113 right now. I saw Ben Stiller was there, and he was sitting courtside, obviously, in game 2 in San Antonio.
Yes.
Saw that one. Chalamet 5 games is plus 117. How many games will the series go?
He'll be at every one. Stiller will be at every game.
Yep, that's for
Chalamet
sure.
will be at every game. Spike Lee every game. And Clyde and the players too.
Right. So it's kind of a bet on how long the series is going to go because you know that they're going to be sitting there courtside as well.
You also don't know the more guys are there, just who do they show on television too.
True.
So I like Hart under points, but Hart over rebounds and assists. He's been so good there in this series, and especially what he did in game 1, but did not score in game 2 and only took 4 shots. I don't think he gets to 12 points tonight. Cat assists is again 3.5 at Caesars and Will Hill. He's 12-2 over that number.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a minus 150 on the juice. And I think you got to look at what Bridges is doing and how many points. He's had at least 12 points 10 of the last 11 games. And you can ladder him. You're almost surprised when he misses now what he's done. He's been so good.
Sure.
The other stuff, it's hard to find. It's under defense at Caesars and Will Hill with the steals and the blocks, though. But if the Spurs are going to be sloppy and turn the ball over, then who's going to benefit from that? Well, and certainly that was Brunson. But to your point earlier, they stop it at 3. He had 5, and 3+ was 12-1.
Right.
He had 5 steals.
By the way, Fox was really good the other night.
Yes, that's the other question.
That guy again tonight?
Yeah, what is he, 60%, 70%? He was great in game 2. But in the other thing, this would be an all-time blow and silly. That Castle got hurt trying to flop if the ankle's giving him problems today.
So we're going to hear from Jalen Brunson here coming up in a second. He is, again, the short shot to win the MVP of the finals. You can find him about plus 120 in that neighborhood. He has been far from great, and the Knicks have not been perfect, and yet here they are with a 2-0 series lead by going on the road and winning the first 2 games. And Brunson talked about what they had to clean up, what they have to clean up moving forward after the second game.
I think playing better with the lead that we had in the 14th, the 14-point lead. The way they fought back and took the lead is just a credit to who they are. Us staying composed helped us win that game, but we do need to be able to finish the game better. Just unacceptable with the way we just obviously just let that 14-point lead go the way we did.
Can't have that happen.
It was quick, too. Yep.
Yeah, it really was.
He missed a lot of open shots, though. He hit the big one to tie it. But how'd they miss the kickball on Cornet? That would have been huge. I mean, you can't miss calls like that.
Well, they've missed a lot. They always do in this league, don't they? By the way, I saw a reaction video from Brunson. I think it was in 2023.
Yes.
He was at an event the way it looked. And somebody that was there showed him the breaking news on their phone that the Knicks just traded for Josh Hart. He went crazy. He obviously played Villanova with them. And also the receipts that are out there still from the national pundits who basically said that Villanova did not have an NBA player on their roster in 2018. And oh, by the way, don't forget about Dante DiVincenzo. So that's 4 guys at least from that team. And I still think they're one of the most underrated title-winning teams that we've had in a long, long time in college basketball. And the amount, I had no idea because I don't watch those shows. They were cutting in line to rip on the Knicks signing Brunson to that deal. Every single national TV person out there. And look,
the Mavs could have had him 4 for 55.
That's exactly right.
They said, no, it's a slap in the face. No.
Here's what I'm curious about, because we were dead wrong on the Towns trade to the Knicks, but we've admitted that we were wrong about that trade. The same people that hated the Knicks signing Brunson will now tell you that this is a great message that we got from Mark. The same people will now tell you that he's the best Knick of all time. Will any of those people admit that they got it wrong? I don't watch the shows. I think it's probably highly unlikely any of them admit that.
You could have criticized the contract, but it was a great move because the Knicks had to get somebody. And stars attract stars, or at least good players. And he wasn't there yet.
No, he wasn't there yet.
But he needed somebody, and then they got other pieces around him. But it's an A+ for chemistry though. It's huge.
Sure. And we still need a 30 for 30 made on the Mavericks drafting Luka and Brunson in the same draft and basically getting nothing in return. Baseball up next. Dilemma tonight. On one hand, one of the best pitchers through the first 2 months of the season is going. On the other hand, well, we have this. I'll explain next.
Let me get your attention real quick, podcast listeners. I've got something for you that almost feels too good to be true. First, credit where credit's due. If you're listening to this podcast, you're already leveling up your betting game. You're riding along with our best bets and top angles. And when there's a good game on, you're getting involved with a few props and alt markets as well. There's one more layer if you really want to step things up, and that's VSiN Pro. I've mentioned it before, but things are only getting better for our pro subscribers. We just rolled out our MLB prop projections, breaking down some of the best edges across strikeouts, hits, home runs, and more. And that's on top of everything else pro subscribers already get, including public betting splits, expert picks, and betting guides across the sports calendar. If you haven't tried it yet, stop sleeping on it. You can get your first month just $9.99 or save big with promo code POD26 on the annual subscription. Hit the link in the description and start cashing in with VSiN Pro. All right, back to the show.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
One of the beautiful things, the many, at Poly Market is that you can get in, cash out whenever you want, no waiting for the final buzzer like traditional books. Grab a free $50 to get started with the promo code BUZZ at Poly Market. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements do apply. And for one game tonight, specifically in Major League Baseball, Poly Market right now with the Yankees and the Guardians playing, $1.17 on the Guardians the way it looks here at Poly Market. National books are up to $1.24, $1.32. That high with Gavin Williams taking the mound for Cleveland tonight, Paulie. He can become the major's first 10-game winner. And last Wednesday, he went to the Bronx. He allowed 3 runs in 5 1/3 innings. And how many people, is this going to be the lowest rated Yankees game ever in the New York tri-state area?
I would imagine, yes.
Imagine if this game was in the Bronx tonight.
Yeah.
You could probably go for $5.
You could. Move up, sit behind home plate. Yes.
So Jose Ramirez, he's a guy that I've added to the MVP portfolio at 40-1 last week. 7-13 with a home run, 3 doubles in his last 3 games against Yankee Stadium. Slashing 328, 390, 550 in 87 career games at against the Yankees. And Williams beat Cole in his last start, like I talked about. And he's 4-0 with a 2.05 ERA over his last 4 starts. He is one of 3 pitchers to rank in the 85th percentile in whiff percentage, chase percentage, and strikeout percentage, along with Christopher Sanchez and Jacob deGrom. He's having a hell of a season, man. Mm-hmm. Really, really good. I'd like to say under the radar, but he's like below 10-1 to win the American League Cy Young. I don't have an opinion on this game. I do have an opinion on the Phillies and the Blue Jays. You want to know why?
Yes.
Because Patrick Corbin's going again today.
Yep.
And he's
able to get to him.
He's facing Christopher Sanchez. So his first start tonight for Sanchez since his scoreless streak came to an end last Wednesday against San Diego. 5-0, 0.20 ERA, 53 strikeouts and 6 starts since the beginning of May. But here's the key to the whole thing. Bryce Harper against Corbin. Slashing 319, 429, 447, 6 doubles, 9 walks. Real Muto, 2 home runs, 359 batting average. Schwarber, 2 home runs in 22 plate appearances. Bohm, 10 of 27, 3 doubles, 2 home runs. Stott, 6 of 15 with a slash line of 400, 471, 600. Corbin was with the Nationals for 6 years in the NL East. He is 0-8 with a 7.44 ERA in his last 11 starts versus Philly going back to July 2021. And his teams have lost each of those 11 games. I bet Phillies team total over 2.5 at plus money, first 5, and I bet him for the full game over 4.5 plus money as well today.
Mm-hmm.
They're the road team here, so they're going to get all 9 at-bats.
They've been great, 26-11 since Mattingly took over.
Yep.
I like the anti-Corbin stuff. These are stupid numbers, just video game numbers with all these pitchers that we're talking about, so I'm fine with that. No problem. I'm okay with Houston, too. They're on an 8-1 run when Arrighetti starts, and he's only $1.30 against the atrocious Angels, and that's Rodriguez going at him with a total of 9. And it's fun here with some of the big boys coming out today and these great numbers on who's pitching. I will point out in one of the late games, it's Michaelis, so we like to fade Corbin, but also Michaelis has been horrendous. Devers is hitting 600 career against him, and Chapman's hitting almost 500 against him. So Logan Webb's $1.50 at home, and 2 guys who have raked against Michaelis' career with great numbers.
Yeah, let me point this out. I wish it was any other pitcher but Michaelis. Here's the reason why. The Giants started a road trip at Colorado on Friday, May 29th. They played a 3-game set in Coors against the Rockies. Did not have a day off, played a 4-game set at Milwaukee. Did not have a day off, played a 3-game set at Wrigley. And now without a day off now, it's a Malinsky special going back home, first home game after a 10-game road trip without a day off at all. And they played Sunday Night Baseball, and they got into San Francisco around 4 a.m. So that's a huge deal. And typically I would be like and the Nationals they're good, by the way. So there's definitely like a sharp bet to be made in this game. You want it? Can you suck it up though with Michaelis and take $1.38 with him pitching? Or do you want to go like both these teams to score? The Nationals offense is phenomenal.
Yep. You are right. Yep. You can go over with the Giants. You can do that too. How do you want to play the Phillies though? Minus a run? You don't want to lay the $1.75? Just minus a run?
I'd lay
run line's only even at DK.
Yep. Well, so I think minus 1 run is a good way to approach it. I also, I don't do this very often, but I parlayed them with the Brewers because it was plus 175. So you're telling me I can get the probabilities of both these teams winning the game today when the Phillies are going with their offense and Sanchez on the mound against Patrick Corbin, a guy that they have dominated. Meanwhile, you flip it here with the Brewers playing the A's. This is out here in Las Vegas at a AAA ballpark. But Harrison is on the mound, 7-1 with a 1.57 ERA. Has not allowed more than 2 runs in a start this entire year. And he's getting springs. And the Brewers have been on fire now for more than a month. So you're going to give me plus 175 to back Harrison and this Red Hot Brewers team along with Sanchez. I had to take that on a parlay. I know parlays are frowned upon. I get that. But to me, that was worth the gamble tonight. I mean, what are we expecting in this game? The total's at 11 here. Balls fly out at, crazy rates.
Plus 260 to be the highest scoring game. God, I've only seen that in Coors. That's wild.
Yeah. But I think the Brewers are going to be able to handle their business against Springs in this spot tonight.
They're 5-1, score the most runs. Houston's 9-1.
Okay.
Second choice.
Let me point this out as long as we're on the Brewers, because the Miz did it again over the weekend. Now he has a 0.20 ERA over his last 7 starts, 1 earned run in 45 plus innings. The lowest ERA by any Major League Baseball pitcher over a 7-start span since Bob Gibson back in 1968.
Mound was raised.
That was from OptiStats. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
But think about this. This was from VSiN viewer Robert, who's awesome on X. When Gibson did this, it is the greatest stretch ever by a pitcher. 11 starts, 11 complete games, 8 shutouts, which means he pitched 99 innings with an ERA of .27. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You got to love baseball.
And Drysdale was right behind him with his numbers, too.
Mhm.
Every game was like 1-0. That year was insanity.
Well, and then so here there is a dynamic matchup going on tonight and beginning this week in a series with the Reds and the Padres, because which way do you look at it here? The Reds pitching staff is abysmal, and they're going against the worst offense in all of Major League Baseball. The Padres have been so bad over the past 6 weeks. Since the end of April, they're slashing 192, 268, 327, and they're barely averaging 3 runs per game. Their average at 214 is 15 points worse than any other team. Philadelphia's batting 229. It's the worst by any National League team in a non-shortened season since 1908. The 1908 Brooklyn Superbuzz, they batted 213 over 101 games. But only the Rockies with an ERA of 6.93 have a worse number than the Reds of 5.58 since May 1st. And the relievers are worse. 2-11 with a 6.97 ERA in their last 37 games.
I'm okay with Abbott. I don't want Walker Buehler laying this. You're right. Abbott should be able to contain them.
He's actually got good numbers against his team.
And shut them down. And the other thing is they brought in Miller over the weekend in a non-save situation, and he gave up a run. So now that's 2 appearances where that happened. So now he's got like a ZRA slightly over a run now.
How about Machado over the last 31 games? He's batting 112. Are you kidding me?
No answers either.
Jackson Merrill's last 22 games, he's batting 152. I mean, you want to talk about rock bottom. We're pretty much right there with the Padres now.
And with the lack of home runs from Tatis,
yeah,
this is crazy.
Yep.
How are you that bad? How can he? He had some rant too on analytics as well, and it's like, okay, the number one thing we used to use was batting average, and look at this.
That's exactly right.
Embarrassing by you.
Yep. Baltimore's also, they're in action tonight. They get the Mariners and Hancock's going, who's been awesome. But how about the next 13 games for Baltimore? All against teams that are currently over 500. They get the Padres and the Dodgers and 7 games against the Mariners. Now, they did win 5 of 6 against Seattle last year. And in those 6 games, the Mariners scored a grand total of 13 runs. This was supposed to be Bassett. I was hoping to fade him tonight, but it is not. He's not going for Baltimore.
And cause for concern because the Yankees have a poor record against teams over 500. So that, again, is in play here going against Williams. And Cleveland had their number last week.
One player prop maybe to look at, Yandy Diaz has been awesome. Reached base safely in 21 straight games. Longest active streak in Major League Baseball, slashing 361, 430, 663 with 6 home runs in that span. Total bases maybe with him, hits, runs, and RBIs as well. Professional sports bettor, Knicks season ticket holder Paul Bovey, I think from right outside Madison Square Garden coming up next.
Oh, yeah.
Tickets in hand. What would it take for him to sell? And how is he betting the game? Find out next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
The menu at Pauly Market's incredible. World Cup, Game 3 tonight, economy, weather, finance, mentions, it's all up there. They let you get in and cash out whenever you want. No waiting for the final buzzer like traditional books, and grab a free $50 to get started with promo code BUZZ. Code BUZZ at Pauly Market. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Go get it. Code BUZZ at Pauly Market.
You have to get the app for your phone because you're adding another out then, obviously. And their menu is as good as it gets. So there you go. We head out here to the Progressive Guest Line as a lifelong Knicks fan, season ticket holder for 40 years, professional sports bettor right down the street from Madison Square Garden with 3 tickets in hand for tonight's game. Paul Bovey joins the program now. Hey, buddy, how are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm actually about 20 blocks away, and this is year number 39. So
39.
long-standing, long-suffering, but here we are.
Now, we're going to find out what you're going to do with your tickets coming up in 15 minutes. I have not been to the city in a long time. How long does it take to walk 20 blocks?
Well, when I was 30, I used to jog it in about 6 minutes. These days, I amble along down the street, 15 minutes,
Okay.
It's not a bad walk at all. But, as we discussed on the break, there are perimeters to be dealt with here. So I'm not sure how long it would take to walk to the Garden.
Okay.
It is incredible what's going on at bars as well. I've watched multiple reporters say it's elbow to elbow at every bar, and it's not even close. Wasn't like this when the Yankees were in the World Series.
Crazy.
This is a whole nother level with the Knicks in the finals, how crazy it is downtown.
Yeah. You have a very strong position before the series started on the Knicks, and you told us about that when you joined the show before the series started. Have you done anything since? What would your advice be to people who maybe want to dive into the series beginning tonight?
Well, I dove in and I laid 391 on the Knicks to win the series. And there was a reason for that, because when I was on the show last week, I did mention Knicks for the series plus 1.5, minus 121 to minus 125, and plus 2.5 games. And I erred using the terminology free money, which I should never use in sports betting, but I did. And I took it back, but it turned out to be pretty solid. So a prohibitive financial potential burden was lifted when the Knicks now covered the 2.5. And that, in addition to the win, I basically parlayed onto the 391. So that's where I'm going with it. I still have confidence in the Knicks. And unless the Spurs take 4 straight games, which is unlikely, I'll cash on the plus 1.5, which will further expand my bankroll. So that's where I sit right now. I'm comfortable with the position, and I do feel that Knicks will eventually prevail.
Paulie wants to go in, and he's going to bet Hart under points yet again. He hasn't done anything in terms of that stat category so far in the series.
3 points in the series.
Think about that for a second.
But great on the boards and assists.
Yeah, he's filling it up everywhere else.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with Josh Hart tonight?
So, all right. So the number has moved to 8.5, and I sent you guys the ticket because I got 7.5 on the rebounds. Hart's problem isn't rebounding. He's become a foul magnet, which is surprising because he averaged only 2.5 personal fouls per game during the regular season. He has been the best rebounder this series. He has collected 21 of them in 45 minutes. Now compare that to Wemby, 21 in 78, and Cat, 25 in 68. So he's trailing Cat by 4 rebounds. He's played 23 less minutes. And if you go out and project this into the games this year that the teams have played head-to-head, Hart, 39 rebounds in 104 minutes, Cat 57 in 159, and Wemby 53 in 162. He's the best rebounder. Well, close. Actually, Cat is better by decimal points. So Hart, over 7.5, stay on the court. You shouldn't have any problem. This is an aberration to him having foul trouble, which has limited his minutes, 28 in game 1, 15 rebounds. In the second game, 18 minutes, and he collected 6. So I'm going Hart over on the rebounds, and I'll lead into this. He's worth a flyer at 10-1. He trails Cat by 4. He's been head-to-head with Cat in terms of rebounds per minute. In this series, 1 every 2.1 minutes. In the games they played, 1 every 2.66 minutes. Cat, 1 every 2.56 minutes.
You can find 16 at DraftKings. by the way. That's a bigger number. You also were on and gave out Fox assists to lead for the series. He was excellent in game 2. He is now down to 2-1 to lead the series in assist. What do you think of Fox the rest of the way?
Listen, him and Josh Hart are tied for the lead at 10. So the fact that I played Josh Hart also rebounds and assists over 12.5. I sent you guys the ticket. This kind of works as a hedge. Not that either of those two guys are locked in to lead. They're not. You got a few guys at 8. I think you got one at 9. I think Brunson's at 8. Castle's at 7, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I'm going to throw Hart's assists out there, by the way, because he has 32 in the last 6 games. So he's averaged 5+. But the minutes, again, the last 6 games, only 28 minutes on average. This guy, when the game is close, 2 games against Philly, one decided by 6, the other, I believe, by 14. He was over 40 minutes per game. Same trend against Cleveland. He's over 30. So if you get the 30, 35 minutes, man, you should get the assists as well. So rebounds, assists over 12.5 looks good to me on Josh Hart.
Great breakdown.
Very good.
Yeah, follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Our guest, professional sports bettor Paul Bovey, also season ticket holder to the Knicks for 39 years now. We'll find out what he's going to do with his tickets coming up in the next 7 to 8 minutes here on the program. He'll join us for another segment. Overall, what do you make of the point spread now? Down to 1.5 at some national sports books. 2.5s are out there still. As this winning streak is now 13 games, dominating teams for the most part overall, winning both as a 4.5 point dog and then a 6.5 point dog. And the total is 216.5 after both games went under the total the first 2 games.
You know, I think it should be 1.5 to 2.
Okay.
And I know I listened to the beginning of the show and you guys touched on it. The Spurs had the lead, 104-102. Knicks close out 3-0, win the game by 1. And in the prior game, the Spurs had the lead and got outscored 11-0 over the last 2:16. So it's just a matter of finishing. And that's why the Knicks have that 2-0 lead, because experience has definitely played into this. We touched upon that last week, and I'm sure you guys made mention of it several times. And, you know, these teams are fairly evenly matched, or so it seems, but the Knicks are getting the better of it down the stretch as expected, but the Spurs could break through at any moment. I think the number is right, and let's face it, if the Knicks win this game tonight, it's lights out. 3-0 is a death sentence for the team that's trailing. So, you know, backs against the wall. Let's see what happens.
We've mentioned several times the pressure that's on the Knicks players, and will they be tight? And maybe the fans are like, oh, no, here we go again if they happen to blow this. I know they won Game 1 and Game 7 in OKC, but how about this environment for a young San Antonio team? I mean, this is going to be a top 3 sports atmosphere ever, what were we witnessing tonight?
Absolutely, but I think there's pressure on both teams because the Knicks at home, I've seen this movie play out, and sometimes they feel the pressure. You got all those eyes, all those celebrities. There'll be more out in force tonight. So there's pressure on both teams, and it remains to be seen how the Knicks stand up. And as the game goes on, they'll ease into it, but the first quarter could be interesting.
Yeah, you're right. And I haven't done it yet, but I kind of want to bet San Antonio in the first quarter just based on that. The idea that the pressure could be overwhelming out of the gates for the Knicks.
I think so.
I know. I'm throwing darts here, but it kind of...
Well, you wonder about the crowd, though, too. The game's going to start late, and then I got to sit in line and wait for a couple hours.
Yeah.
That's going to take a lot out of it. It's a long night now.
Well, let's ask Paul about this next again. From the area, from the state. Lifelong Knicks fan, has had season tickets for 39 years. This is it comes down to, what do I do with my tickets? Heart versus head. What am I going to do? Some financial advice here, I think, next here with professional sports bettor Paul Bovey.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome aboard to Poly Market. Great to have you here on the show and on the network. They let you get in and cash out whenever you want. No waiting for the final buzzer like traditional books. Grab a free $50 right now. Get started with the promo code BUZZ when you go to Poly Market. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Professional sports bettor and season ticket holder to the Knicks for 39 years. Paul Bovey still on the program, and he is on the Progressive guest line. He is, again, right down the street from Madison Square Garden. He told me over the weekend, in fact, I think it was yesterday afternoon, Mitch, I'm not selling. Okay. You still have that opinion? Are you going to go to the game tonight? What are you doing, buddy?
Mitch, I'm selling. Okay. You know what? As you get older, you gain wisdom, you gain wealth, you gain life experiences, but you relinquish certain things. And one of those things that I relinquished is patience. When I walk into the post office and there's more than 3 people online, I make a beeline out the door and I'll say I'm going to come back. The other thing is my ability to tolerate large crowds. So henceforth, given all the whatever that's going on around the Garden, I'm just going to opt out tonight. You know, aggravation is going to come at you, but I'm not going to be the one to trigger it. So I gave it to my partner. I told him to sell it. Whatever it sells for, great. But I'm not going. I'm going to sit down at a bar, have a beer or whatever, and just enjoy the game. I'll go to game 4.
I wish you would have came to that conclusion earlier, because the get-in price after game 2, to get into game 3 was over 10 grand. And then Tim Bontemps from ESPN, his friend, has tickets at the top of the lower bowl. He sold 2 of them for $25,000. So you got good tickets. So to amplify it more, 30th to 35th Street is blocked off, and 6th to 8th Avenue is blocked off. And this picture here, because Darren Ravel said, if you're not in line by 7 p.m. Eastern, you're gonna miss the first quarter. This is the media line to get in.
Oh no,
through
thank
security.
You.
Imagine what it's going to look like when all the fans get there.
You know, I'm lucky. I got to do a lot of things pre 9/11, and things changed after that. So went to many Super Bowls. It was easy in, easy out. But also getting out of there tonight, that's in question. How long will it take? I just don't want any part of this. So, hey, whatever they sell for, they sell for. It didn't mean anything when I had intended to go to the game. It was inconsequential. I just wanted to be there. What they sell for now to me is inconsequential. Whatever happens, happens. Let the chips fall where they may, and let the Knicks win.
Well, what if they win then?
Yeah, you're going to go to game 4?
I mean, these are
I'm going to game 4. Okay. I'm going to game 4. And by the way, I don't have all 3 tonight. My partner has 2 of the tickets tonight, and then I had 1, and then I have 2 tickets to next game, and he has 1.
Okay, so is your partner going with those 2 tickets tonight, or is he selling all 3?
I believe he's going, and I just told him to just get rid of my ticket.
Okay.
These are going. The games in the Garden are going higher than every Super Bowl except
I
once.
saw that.
Isn't that something?
That's absolutely.
And then those courtside seats that they auctioned off went for over $1 million.
Who are you taking to game 4?
I was wrong. I mean, at least I came under. I wouldn't have busted out, but I think I said on your show $500,000. And as it turned out, yeah, they went for $1 million.
Do you know who you're taking to game 4 yet?
I don't know. I'll be scouting around for one of those 20-year-olds you guys were referring to.
That's a strong move. That's a strong move. You can pull that off. Take a first day. Let's go to the next game.
Yeah, lock it down immediately.
The interview process will start tonight.
Okay, anyway. Good job. This is a good tweet that we got from the Butler Did It. Yeah. There is a watch party tonight, Bryant Park. They just moved it. The Knicks would absolutely be rock stars for the rest of their lives, and real Knicks fans like me are nervous that the bottom is going to fall out. We remember the Yanks-Red Sox debacle. Is there any part of you at all, Paul, that falls into that same boat as him?
I try to stay positive, Mitch. Yeah, I can't say I don't think about the repercussions if we do blow this, but at this point, it's ours to lose, and I'm just hoping for the best.
Yeah, 93 was bad, up 2-0 against the Bulls. They let that get away. We know what happened in 94.
That was awful.
I know. So that's why it's kind of interesting if they fall behind what it's going to be like, because it's like, oh no, could we possibly blow this? Before the break, you had a quote I've never heard before. You're concerned about the bandwagon Barneys, you call them, and all the Johnny-come-latelys jumping on the bandwagon. This was last week. Linda Cohen from New York.
They come out, they come in bunches, and they cannot be controlled. And that's how I feel with the Knick fan. I think a good percentage, sadly, of the, quote, fans you see now are not real Knick fans, not the loyal kind. Hey, even the young guys like the famous Timothy Chalamet, he's a loyal Knick fan, okay? But not all celebrities are like that. Ben Stiller, a loyal Knick fan. But these guys that are out but let's not typecast, let's not label. There are a lot of Knick fans out on the street who can afford a ticket to get into one of these games, not the average human. They're out there, they're in the streets, they're just excited. So I'm not labeling all of the guys and gals you see on the New York City streets fake fans, but there is a percentage, anywhere from 10 to 45% are fake.
45 fake. What do you say, Bovey?
Well, it sounds like she's bothered by it. I'm not bothered by it. It's kind of like the Kentucky Derby.
Huh?
You know, it's amateur hour, man. I mean, but let everybody have fun. There's a lot of fact, or should I say some fact and a lot of fiction out there. And that's part of what happens when you have a winning team. Hey, look what it did for the Cowboys back then in the 90s. All of a sudden, everybody was a Cowboy fan. Then you had the Warriors, and everybody's piled onto the Warriors worldwide. So it's inevitable. So this will increase our fan base. But yeah, there'll be a lot of, as you call it, Mitch, fugazis out there, and there are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here's what I want you to do tonight. I want you to go to whatever bar you're closest to. They're all going to be super popular tonight. And I want you to demand them to put on the Yankees game. And cause a huge scene.
We're not going to do that.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody does that. Okay?
Yeah,
There are a lot of Yankee fans.
Yeah.
There are a lot of Yankee fans here. Now, the World Cup is in town, and I don't think all these guys are basketball fans. So you could have some unusual requests on this night. So you never know what you're going to get hit with.
Sure.
All right.
Very good, my friend. Stay safe. Good luck, Game 4. And thanks for a few minutes. It was fun.
Will do, guys.
Okay.
Take care.
Appreciate you, Paul.
Yeah, we didn't have enough time, but he's out of his mind that he doesn't think fatigue can play a role with Wemby. It's 4 series. He hasn't played this much basketball before.
Yeah, right.
There's clearly something going on with the low energy and not grabbing rebounds. Can you imagine what they're charging for a beer, these bars?
Oh,
I mean,
whatever you
can name
want.
your
I mean,
price.
sure, $27 for a beer.
Yeah, right.
Sure, I'll pay that tonight. Yeah. Did you
Elbow
see,
to elbow coming in.
Wemby was in a park.
Yeah,
Did you see this? He was painting today.
Yeah.
Now, Wemby, because of, the height being 7'5",
Yeah, dead giveaway.
how many people are more recognizable than him in New York City right now?
Yeah,
Is he number one?
gotta be.
Or does it go Trump 1, then Wembanyama number 2? He's 7'5".
Yeah.
Every single human being with a pulse is going to know who that guy is. And he's in a park sitting down making a painting today, or whenever it was.
Yeah.
Well, good for him. I like that he's doing that.
Yeah.
He's also had some really good sound bites. I mean,
He does.
Yeah, I mean.
That was great that they were on this high and it was hard to come down after they beat the Thunder.
Yeah.
That was good. And we're young. We don't know it's a gift to be here and it's hard work. We expect to be here every year. That was another great quote, what he said.
Yeah. He talked about after game 2, like we have to stay composed. We are not poised in these spots.
Yep.
And that's exactly why I think they've lost both these games so far.
I see that's another reason to dial up the pressure on the Knicks. You're not going to get a better situation. Boston might trade for Giannis. OKC's going to reload. Spurs are going to be better. This is all the fans are going to be thinking if they blow this.
Let me ask you this. Somebody put, I don't remember who it was, but somebody put this like, this is likely the one time that Brunson and the Knicks will get to the finals. And that kind of makes some sense. Like, it's not easy to get here.
It's been a historic run. Nothing to take away from them.
No, absolutely nothing.
You didn't see Boston, but certainly these teams are probably going to be stronger next year and in the future. That's possible.
Yeah, we're coming strong. Do you concur next? No apologies if you can't handle it. The NBA Finals would have a different feel under a couple of scenarios. With all of that said, it's Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.